All right, I just wanted to shoot a quick little video to update on my Everbook, but most importantly, the planner section. So this is kind of what I started with here. I really like that they create this nice little books for each month. And this was literally the first book I made. It has some November, but I didn't have enough of the month to feel like I needed a whole book for it. So I just added it to December here. Honestly, my month evolved to look more clean, more straightforward. It starts to look like this. We've got the month written down the side. Top 3 things I'd like to have for the month, a little calendar for at a glance. At the end of the month, I really liked this circle diagram, which allows you to keep progress. Basically on a 1 to 10 scale, you put a dot and you're going for a full circle. Sometimes you get something funky looking instead, which shows you need to make progress, such as this for December. I need to make some progress. But I really like that this is all consolidated here. We've got our top 3 review and what I made great, as well as a habit area, some skills to develop, that kind of stuff. So this creates the folder that all the weekly folders go within. So I created my weekly folders simply by putting 4 pieces of paper together, folding them, and then for the week itself, I lay it out like that. Got my priorities. This is my personal to-do area, my work to-do area. I like to have a little bit of section here for things that don't fall into normal categories, like something new I'd like to try, something exciting I'll be doing. Anything that grabs my attention can go here with a little bit of notes. This habit tracker allows me to consolidate my daily habit trackers into one place at the end of the week so I can look at them and see what progress I've made. Got some big wins in the lessons learned section. I really like how these little folders are turning out. So that is the weekly folder. So this is how everything was set up as of yesterday and previously. I really like it. I've got these little boxes down here. Those were keeping track of cigarettes. This is for money in, this is for money out, exercise, food, and what your future self might tell you. Now these things seem kind of trivial because I know we all have online banking. I'm sure we have apps that can keep track of our food if we wish. And obviously we have so much technology that likes to keep track of exercise and habits. However, I find that what does not get measured does not get changed. And therefore, I believe that this system is basically what has allowed me to quit smoking cigarettes, quit smoking weed every day. I was smoking like a half an ounce of weed a day, so it's not a small amount. And quit drinking, something in the neighborhood of a 1/5 of vodka every day. So that's some pretty extreme numbers, and I was grateful to find this system just in time for a renovation of my life, essentially. So measuring these things basically just puts them in front of your face. I never said, I'm gonna stop doing this, I'm gonna stop doing this. Really, I just kind of made it small goals and kept track of how much I was doing. Now, I made those goals centered around cigarettes and alcohol. Weed just fell into the equation because I was already keeping track of these things. Exercise. Since Sunday, January 5th here, I have upped an exercise routine quite extremely. I go to the gym every day. My kid goes with me. He loves it. Sometimes we just walk around the track and swim. However, when I go by myself in the mornings after work, I've been actually doing a full workout where I lift some weights. I do a 500-meter row on the row machine, that kind of stuff. Literally, because I see an exercise box here, it reminds me, hey, have I exercised today? If not, why not? And then this 85-year-old self, it's just an idea I got from somewhere that says, look at your life through your future self's eyes. And it really kind of opens your mind to kind of the things that you're doing now that will affect the future you. If you don't keep future you in mind, you are not going to care about future you. So I thought that was pretty profound. I added it to my book. And so far, it's been super helpful. At the end of the week, I go through all my little hearts. I liked the hearts. They remind me of Zelda. So those are kind of like Link's life The more hearts I have, the better I'm doing. At the end of the week, I got a big wins and a lessons learned section. That's fantastic. So the other part of this that is pretty important is I was spending a lot of time, an absurd amount of time, making things look like this. That is why I showed you this book to begin with. I think the lines are very neat, very pretty. I like them. However, it takes a long time. I was using these really nice stencils by Alex Melnick. You can get them on Amazon, but I was having to turn it sideways, turn it upright, move it around every time. It would take a lot of time to do a month's worth of these pages. So instead, I very roughly, I'm not going to say I had the best tools for the job, although you can see I had a cut mat, but I couldn't find my X-Acto knife, so just grabbed the old Stanley box cutter or razor knife, and I cut this out of a page divider from a binder. Really simple stuff that I already had laying around, and I just lay it on top, trace it out, and this is the end product of that. There are some inconsistencies in the lines compared to the other ones, and you can see I don't get the full box effect around the top of these, but all in all, this takes 30 seconds as opposed to 5 minutes to set up a page, and that is way more efficient and absolutely worth it. So to anybody out there who's maybe looking for a system to get organized, I highly recommend throwing 4 pages together, fold them in half, create a weekly planner. When you do that, you end up with exactly enough room to have a front page for your week, a back page for your week review, and then each day gets a calendar, and then I've been doing a reflection section. I like to put down things I'm grateful for or things that brought me joy in that day, things I'm proud of, why I'm proud of them, things I could improve, and how I could improve them. So honestly, even if you can't find a lot that you're proud of or that you can improve, you can find something. Some days I could have just woken up earlier, and that's pretty easy. Just make yourself get out of bed, even if you're a little tired, because by the time you get that first cup of coffee in you, you're probably going to be awake and fine. So that's kind of it for the planner. Its beauty is partially in its simplicity. However, when you measure things, you change things because your mind starts to realize what you're doing with your time. And one last note is I will say I've been recording all money that goes in and out of my bank account and my pocket, and it's just another testament to the fact that when you record things, it allows change. So I had a lot of subscription services. I didn't even realize how much they were amounting to. And honestly, writing down everything that went out of my bank account, even if it already happened, I make sure to write it down just so I realize what's going on. And that has completely transformed my life in 1 month. Like I said, I'm a month and a half into this system, so maybe a month and a half is more accurate. But I couldn't be happier with it. I really appreciate the creator of the Everbook system. I know that it's basically just folded pieces of paper, but for some reason, the way it was done really sparked my ability to keep track of things, and just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, well, if you liked this here video, I suppose I'm supposed to tell you to like and subscribe. If you do, that's great. If you don't, that's fine. A lot of these videos on this channel are going to be about the Vanagon, but I will show you guys great things that I find along the way, and this is one of the best. So I would check out Everbook system. There's so many videos around eBay. So many videos around YouTube. I wouldn't check eBay for videos on anything. But YouTube has a plethora of information regarding the Everbook system and ways people have created them from nothing, and also there is a way you can order a really nice leather-bound Everbook from the creator. I feel like it's at everbook.com, but I'm not quite sure. Either way, you Google it, you'll find it. It's a very nice cover for those who want something aesthetically pleasing that they don't have to work for. Otherwise, if you create your own, you can end up with anything at all. Mine is quite crazy, and before I go, I'll just show you the empty folio I created for it, because currently all my folders are on the counter. So I literally cut mine out of an old purse. It's in my first video if you wanted to check that out. But boom, it folds like that, folds open. I like to keep a crazy amount of pens. I like to decorate my stuff. Here's kind of a key for all the different aspects of notes and areas of my life. So that's basically it. That's the Everbook system, but more specifically, that is the planner system I created to go inside it. And like I said, I really like it. It allows you to measure things, allows you to change your life. And if you don't think your life's perfect, maybe this will work out for you. All right, thanks guys. Maybe we'll see you in the next one.